Hey guys, Greg Medford from Medford Knife and MKT USA. What's going on? It's been a while. I've been off in Germany and London doing knife bidding across Europe. All I can say is a lovely place to look at old stuff, but nothing's better over there. So if y'all got to go look at a castle, go look at a castle. What's funny about the castle of the big Neuschwanstein, the biggest castle in Germany, what's funny about that is the whole thing's a ruse. It's the musings of a gay king who spent the country into debt, into insolvency, and then they drowned the gay king and his psychologist or his doctor, and then the whole thing is his. It's paying homage to what's his name? Ludwig was paying homage to Wagner. So the whole thing is. And the two gay lovers had adjoining bedrooms and beds. It's just super gay. And then he built a whole castle to pay homage to Wagner. And as I was walking through, I'm like, this is kind of gay. I think this is gay. So it's like the coolest thing to see in Germany besides maybe the Porsche factory. Anyways, and then England's a lovely place that's batshit crazy. Germany, I say it's a country filled with some of the smartest people on earth, and it's the dumbest functioning country I've ever been in. Besides like the third world, but at least they're honestly dumb across the board. It's so weird. Anyways, thank God to be back in America. Happy to be back in America. I couldn't be happier. Love you folks in Europe. You can have it. And glad to be back here in the States. This is a batch of knives headed out to a new dealer. This is going to the Smokey Mountain Knife Works out in Sevierville, Tennessee. Those of you, it's SMKW, as in SmokeyMountainKnifeWorks.com. They're like the biggest knife shop probably in the world. It's like a department store for cutlery. So it's nice to be in with these guys. They've got a really diverse batch of knives headed their way, and I wanted to give you guys a quick tour around. So if you want to drop in here for a moment, Sean, check it out. We've got some lovely Dress Marauder colonial with ODG10, kind of a tuxedo Arctica, couple of 187 flippers and drop points, and a Marauder. Hey, just so you guys, on a footnote, we're switching all of the 187 lines gray PVD over to black soon, so you don't get a choice on that, but it is happening. So FYI, be informed. Let's pop back down here for some fixed blades. We've got a SF dagger with the old handle. We've got another SF dagger with the new handle, which I think is all sexy. FUK, Tama hatchet. No, this is the Hawk. We've got a couple of Wraiths and Thorns, an EOD in black, another Hawk, Tama hatchet, two bearded hatchets, fixed colonials, elkskin, huntsman backstrapper, and a couple of machetes. This is just a lovely, diverse offering of our fixed blade and folders. For folks who don't know our stuff, this will be a nice introduction. Like, oh my God, who are these guys? Look at these folders. And then they'll get to see our Patorn and the other stuff coming in the next wave. So anyways, these guys out at Smokey Mountain Knife Works, they've been around a long time, and they're jumping in with our price point of product. I'm tickled about that. Hey, Ames.
I was going to photobomb you.
You want to say hi to everybody?
Hi.
I photobombed a lot of chicks in London. They were all taking pictures of each other. Mm-hmm. So Steve and I'd be walking along, and they'd be doing a selfie with like three splitties, and I'd be like, I aped in on no less than 10 times on people's photos. It was awesome.
So people went back and checked their...
Like, oh my God, I'm like the monkey that shows up in the screen.
Like that monkey in the trunk?
Trunk monkey?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Anyways, this is a cool batch of stuff headed out to these guys, eh?
It is. I love seeing all the fixed blades headed out.
Yeah, it's nice. It's how I started. I started making fixed blades. Back when you were a wife widow. You're like, where's my husband? Oh, he's down at the knife shop.
From Inglourious Bastards. That was your inspiration, right?
Mm-hmm. And my favorite line, Lieutenant Aldo Rain, he says, you know how to get to Carnegie Hall? And he says, practice, practice, practice. And he's carving that swastika in that guy's forehead. I just love that. I watched it again yesterday.
What cracks me up is that Roxanne says, "I love this movie."
I know, she's awesome.
She is.
Okay, cool. Well, this is a batch of stuff going out to Tyler and the guys at Smokey Mountain Knife Works, and we hope to have a long and fruitful relationship with them.
And they're going to get some comic books.
Oh my freaking goodness. Should we let everybody know about the comic
Yes.
book? Would you mind going and grabbing one for me?
Where's
On my
the-
desk, there's
Yep.
a couple.
Yep.
So these guys will have the comic book also, the Volume 1, Issue 1 Jackknife, and I hope you guys like it. It's not an exercise in self-aggrandizement. It is really an attempt by me and the guys that are working on it, Sean and me and Robert and Ryan. We're really trying, you know, it's my vision is to make a very cool adventure series that invites people into the world of knives and cutlery a little bit and is in their face with some knives and cutlery. And then I've got people advertising it. This is it. This is the Jackknife comic book. So if you guys want, it is super cool. Dive in, and it's a great story about a kid who gets left a knife by his father, and it turns out it was his grandfather's knife, and he kind of saves the day. So if you could think for a minute, I don't know, like, I don't even want to say the names of any types of movies, but it would be like 5 different major movie archetypal characters kind of had a baby called Jackknife.
Yeah.
So this one's kind of hitting the streets now, and our label is called Full Tank Comics. And then the second one's coming out now, and it's called A First Blood.
Oh, and I haven't seen the cover on that yet.
Oh, it's awesome. The second one's an undersea adventure where there's some scuba play. There's a lot of world travel and just really cool adventure with good action, great action, and a little bit of drama and like some mature plot twists. I don't know, what do you think of the book?
It's, I like it because I don't read comic books because they're built around fantasy, pure fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
I like this because it's got a cool story and it's about a character that could be real. It could be real.
Yeah, it's plausible.
Yeah.
So we're having a ton of fun with it. Sean's in on the writing, and I'm really kind of like the high level kind of plot construction and a little bit in on the writing and conceptualizing. And then the drawing, Robert and Ryan are knocking up thumbnails, and then we go right to pencils where Ryan's doing the penciling, Robert is doing the inking. Then it goes back to color. Once we knock up the color, we put on all of our brand assets, and you'll see a couple of ads in here. There's an ad for Monkey Edge, and the artwork is all original artwork that we did for the ads, so it's got a really unique look to it. It's not like you're flipping through a Batman comic book and you get to a Eminem's fucking slick ad or something. It's pretty cool. You're like, oh,
It's
wait a minute.
in the vein of the...
Yeah, it's kind of in the Pfister style of the book, so it's got a kind of nice continuity. It's not too jilting. And they're cheeky and they're politically incorrect along with this whole thing. And the whole goal is, I feel like the knife industry's for naught if we can't get kids into cutlery and into knives. And if we can't get the helicopter parents of the world to lighten the fuck up and let their kids carry a pocket knife, I think this whole thing that I'm doing this next couple of years, you're going to hear me talk about men of steel or men of action. You know, the guys who beat the Nazis, they were guys who grew up carrying pocket knives. The guys who fought the Japanese in the Pacific, they were kids who grew up carrying pocket knives. The guys who built the railroads, they
Boy
carried
Scouts.
pocket knives. The guys who founded our country carried knives. So I just think it's kind of maybe a little texture that's been lost, and you only have to look as far as the last batch of layoffs and the fact that our industry in the United States can't seem to break $1 billion, which means it's a tiny little industry that Procter & Gamble wouldn't even keep on its roster. So the whole thing is about trying to get kids to engage a little bit. And I'm hoping dads and knife customers will read this and maybe give one to a kid in their life to read, and then maybe their parent sees it and says, why'd you give the knife kid? And say, hey, guys who changed the world carried knives. Guys that carry knives are men of action. What kind of kid do you want to raise? Do you want to raise a kid who's got to dial 911 and wait for the police to show up to protect his family? Or a guy that needs to call AAA to fix a flat tire in his car? Which kid do you want to raise? Or do you want to raise the kid that can handle shit? It turns, we all want to raise kids that turn into high-functioning, capable human beings, right? And that doesn't happen by sheltering them from everything. So this whole book is like a little retro call to not being sheltered. Anyways, I hope the guys is Smokey Mountain, are they getting some of these?
Yeah.
Oh, did you talk to him?
Yes.
To Tyler? And what did he say? Send a box?
100.
He said 100. Okay, fine. So they are going to get some of them. Excellent. All right, so we got a bunch of these going out, and we don't have them in comic book stores yet, but if you guys are interested, they're on our webpage already. And I just think they're really fun, and the artwork is fantastic. And we're doing a line of t-shirts and some patches around it. And what's cool is all the knives that you guys like of ours get featured at various points throughout the books. They get featured. It's kind of fun.
Cool.
Yeah, it's great fun. Great fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed anyway. So Greg and Amy from Medford Knife and MKT. Sean on the camera. What are we?
We're out.
We're out!